Uh-oh. Ah, ah. Oh my, can y'all hear me? I got lost in my own StreamYard again. Lost in my own StreamYard. What am I gonna do with myself? Why? Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear me. Okay, now I can hear me. What up, people? Hey. Yeah, I'm not talking to Zach right now because he's just trying to hurt my feelings. Yeah, I bet it is a little bit chilly, huh? That's what you get. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's still wonderful. But it is a little bit like a little windier and chillier here today. Let's see here. Fat Grandma, hello from Idaho. Well, hello to you. Sharon. I just saw his message on YouTube. Stacy. Debbie. Jesse. R. Homer. Oh, you guys. Sharon. Oh, okay. Okay. You know, I actually saw this guy, I think. He has like a couple of videos that have like thousand, I mean, no different than me. He has like a few videos that have thousands of views recently, right? Like in the last month or so, I would say. I think this is the same person. I don't mean no different than me that I have ones that have thousands of views. My point was is that a lot of the videos on his channel had lower views, but then he had some like big ones. I think he requested documents or something from somebody. Or no, is he the one that filed the complaint against the judge? I think so. I think I saw that. I don't know. I get confused jumping around to everyone's streams. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like, says John. Thank you, John. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay. Cynthia. Cynthia. Okay. What is up, my friends? Sobe, Lisbeth 21, the Slytherin fangirl. I don't know if Sobe is how you say it, but hello. Did I say hi to Linda? And did I say hello to Roy and Stephanie and Philip and Joycelyn? I know I always say it wrong. Always say it wrong. And Sheila. Am I just like going back over the same things? Okay. Wait, hold on. Debbie Minton. That's the name of the street by our courthouse here, I think. It's named after some lawyers in Austin. Hello, Conversations Living Room with RJ. How are you? Audio Coffee. Cool gamer. Hi, and be right back. Kat thinks she's starving to death. Yes, she picks her moments. Yeah, my animals have always been that way too. The Hill. Hello. Anyone else having deja vu of Romper Room? Loving the nostalgia. What's Romper Room? Okay, gonna have to go look that up now. Oh, because of the color? I don't know, but I wore this same shirt 2 days ago, okay? I was um, I did. But, spring break, what are you gonna do? I am great. I'm a little tired, to be honest. Yeah, I just looked it up. I saw it, and it was like the I don't know what you call it, but it was very mustard yellow. Who remembers New Zoo Review? The Magic Mirror. I don't know any of these things. No, I mean, yes, I have done fun spring break stuff. Like we went to the zoo, um, and then we've just been playing on those like I know I've told y'all, but like the giant blow up bouncy house things. They have some that like are water slides, and she got one last year for her birthday, which is in October, and that's like right before it gets a little bit cold here. And so she only got to use it one time. And so she's been super excited to use it, but it is a little bit chilly today. So I'm not super excited about going and getting on it, to be honest, but I'll get through it. I'll get through it. She has so much fun. And yes, I also have to play on the bouncy house and go sliding and do all the things. Good morning, Rare Aussie. It must be morning. It must be morning there. So, what have y'all been doing? I saw some of you in DUI guys earlier. Hello, Christine. I know. It's so fun to be a kid, right? I'm way too young. Oh, because I don't know any of those things. I don't know. I know Pee Wee Herman. I remember that. And like the big foil ball. And I also remember Mr. Rogers. Oh, hi, Paralegal Liz. Hi, I am sane. Hi, Carrie. You've been awake all night, Rare Aussie. Why? Why? Hold on, you guys. I want to check something really quickly. I just want to check on a friend. Okay. I just wanted to check something real fast. I saw that I got a message and I was waiting to find out how a friend was doing. Did I see the news? Okay, so I didn't see the news, but I did hear some news when yeah, buckle up. It's the law. Oh, Tommy, I heard some news when I was in DUI guys that on on What the Hale's community page or something that oh, and I think he read like a post that said that she was going to be arrested tonight or something. Um, you had a binge on LawTube all night long? Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. Because your night is our day. Okay. Pee-wee did have his own legal problems. That is true. I forgot about that. The extra charges against what extra charges? There were charges against Jeremy? Audio Coffee says there was a story I read today about a snapping turtle being stolen in North Carolina. My first thought was Lynette's keeping herself busy. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Vonda. T at Truly Blunt. Yep, always. Dropped, but what was dropped? I didn't know that Jeremy had any charges against him. Where are y'all getting this information? And I don't even know exactly what y'all are talking about, to be honest. I gotta go search this up. Oh, I tr I did try making emojis. I failed. It was harder than I thought. It was harder than I thought. I did try to go to Hella's page and look for them, but they were not labeled all that easily to find, to be honest. So I could not find them. Okay, community page. JH is just updating from the Levy County Sheriff meeting. Okay, but where is he updating? Huh? Where is he updating? What? How is what the hell's on now? What are y'all talking about? How is this possible? They only go live once, remember? He told me. He told me. They're not on, you silly gooses, Rare Aussie. Unless they're like on someone else's show, which that is believable, but they're not on their own. Okay, I can't even read that. Lynette has accused Jeremy, and every investigation has been dropped. I don't know what we're talking about. Investigation, what? I feel like are y'all pulling my leg? Are y'all just y'all are trying to confuse me, aren't you? No, nobody said he was arrested. Did somebody say, nobody said that? I didn't say that. New video dropped at 4:30. I thought it's at 5:30. It is at 5:30, right? No, it really did drop 19 minutes ago, but isn't it always an hour later? It is, right? Am I going crazy? What happened? I want to watch it, but yeah, I know he was trying to get her for cyber stalking. I mean, she was trying to get him for cyber stalking, but that was what uh that's what the protective order or injunction or whatever you call it was for, right? I mean, I was confident there were never going to be any criminal charges. Otherwise, those would have been brought already. Yeah, I wonder why he dropped it early. That's weird. He never does that. He says, consistency is the most important thing. Okay. Linda says there's trolls in the house. Are they just trying to confuse me? Because the time changed. But what is that? But if the time changed, which that was last weekend, then it should have, I mean, it would have changed for him too. Yeah, no? No, I looked. I see it dropped. It really does say, hold on, I'll show you. Unless that could have been from yesterday. No, this is legit. He really did drop it early. I just don't know why. 21 minutes ago. Oh, y'all can't see. Duh. Okay, hold on. Share screen. Entire screen. Here we go. Now I have to add it to stage. You know, the important things. I mean, that was early. No. Captain Z.
Levy County Sheriff.
I thought usually it goes on an hour later, regardless of time zone, like in whichever time zone you're in. I thought normally it drops at, so like for me, I thought it normally drops at 4:30 Central. So that would be 5:30 Eastern. And I thought that's also what he said on the live the other day when he was on, but I could be wrong. Maybe it has always dropped at 3:30. That would be crazy though, because I've been going live at 3:30 and it usually like an hour into it is when people start dropping off. Okay.
Detectives have assured us
I can guarantee
John Crook
I'm
will
like
be arrested.
I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure we've heard this update, haven't we?
We had another significant meeting with Levy County detectives this week in regards to a number of different things. Now, some things we're going to share with you, some things we're going to hold close to the chest. One of the main things that we talked about and discussed was Lynette and John Crook showing up at the last town hall meeting at 4:45, calling the Levy County Sheriff Department saying, hey, we're here. Jeremy and George aren't, showing up almost 3 hours early with a toddler trapped in the car with them, which in my opinion is not okay in the first place, and then violating the civil protection orders we have on them. If I show, if George shows, either one, without exception, they must immediately leave. Now you're thinking, well, Jeremy, you have a temporary injunction on you as well. And yeah, I do, which means if we're both there, I have to leave. But George is there, they have to leave. If I'm there, they have to leave. You get where this is going? Regardless, if George and I are there, they have to leave. They violated that civil protection.
Yeah, that's why it's and that's why it's getting streamed right now. I mean, that's a terrible thing to do, but it's right at the beginning of the live. Like, how am I going to go forward with the live without knowing the update? I can't, obviously. And I can't just sit here and listen to it. Now, can I?
Order for over an hour and a half. Ohio courts are going to deal with it. There's no doubt whatsoever. Florida is now assuring us they're going to deal with it as well. Under no exceptions, no what ifs, no buts, no what about. They must leave. There is no reason at all that they can be there. None. Nothing you can come up with, nothing they can come up with, nothing where they say, Beecham told us we could. The answer is no. And the Levy County detectives, the head detectives, have now told us they are going to handle everything personally with this violation. This violation, once George submitted the videos of them breaking the violation for over an hour and a half, they are going to go back and arrest if deemed an arrestable offense. So, that being said, they're going to work with the state attorney and they should be arrested soon. Now, some of you are thinking the same way George and I are thinking. Yeah, right. Actually, prove it. And they're telling us they are going to prove it. As a matter of fact, they're telling us that no street deputies, no rookie deputies are ever going to be assigned to come out on call to Otter Creek again. Only supervisors in the department. So we've talked to the top dogs. They are only going to send supervisors out to arrest Crook and Lynette when they violate the civil protection again.
He said that the other day on the show, like I have a show, but on this live stream. And I really think that is because, I mean, that's because it would appear that they are concerned about liability at this point, because if something were to happen to them, to George or Jeremy, and because of them not enforcing the order, that would not be good for them.
Every supervisor except one. Tom Martin. That's right. The husband of Amanda Martin. That's right. The Levy County victims advocate. The mom, if you can call her that, of Stephen the Rat Cunningham, who assaulted and battered me. Tom Martin is the only supervisor who will not be sent out to Otter Creek. Only supervisors will be sent to Otter Creek to deal with Lynette and John Crook to arrest immediately upon violation of civil protection orders. Will it truly happen? Well, we're going to find out because there's another town hall meeting in just a number of days. And you're thinking, wait, they called the sheriff department to let them know that they're going to be and they are at town hall and nobody's there almost 3 hours early? Yeah, letting them know, hey, we plan on violating and breaking the civil protection orders, which we can't be here under any circumstance. And now every single supervisor, every single deputy has a copy of those civil protection orders, and they have been told through email. They all have it on email now. There are no exceptions. Arrest upon violation. Period. End of story.
Did she just throw herself under the bus again?
Dumb can you be to call the sheriff to say, hey, just want to let you know I'm going to break the law. Hey, just want to let you know I am wanting to be arrested. Yeah, this is Lynette. Oh, wait, here's Crook. You want to talk to Crook? My dear septic. I guess I'll see you on the screen. How foolish do you have to be to turn yourself in and snitch on yourself, literally letting the authorities, the law, know I'm going to break it. This is the same mental.
Y'all, this is like 15-year-old mentality. I remember one time when I was 15, I called, like, in the town that I lived in, there was a curfew for people under 17 or 18 or something, and we were having a sleepover, and we called the police department to ask them what time curfew was over because we wanted to go wrap a friend's house. And what do you think happened? We called from the home phone because, there like really weren't cell phones. Yeah, they just waited around the corner and then nabbed us. So stupid.
Unstable woman who's crying to a judge saying, Jeremy's putting me all over the media. I got a question. Who is the one that put this in the media, in the paper? Yeah, not Jeremy. It was Lynette calling the media because she wants to promote herself, that she is opening her home. Struggling mom adopts sickly baby. Could you imagine being this child growing up and finding this newspaper article, knowing that your adopted mom called you a sickly baby, had the news come and do a story on you? And this isn't the only one. There's many. There's even articles that she had the news cover about us, her new neighbors. What the hell's talking about all of our subscribers? Kind of crazy, don't you think, that she would go and run to a judge and say, no, they're telling everybody about what I'm doing, what I've done. Or her crazy fans that literally sit there and let the world know they're stalkers too, as if we don't know they're stalking us. Let's be real. Mark Feather could have had this done in 15 minutes. But he's not as good as Judge Grudge.
I think we resolved 5 cases in an hour and a half, maybe 6, I don't know. Sometimes I resolve 10 in less than an hour.
Kiki Hammond says at some point she's going to have to wake up and she's going to realize she can make this all end. She's going to figure out she has the power to withdraw her petition and put this case to rest. Okay, Kiki. The reality is, yeah, she can withdraw her petition, but she's too deep now. She's got so many lies wrapped up into this. If she withdraws her petition, all the lies unravel and unfold. Now, you and I realize that all these lies are going to unravel and unfold in court anyway. And because she actually filed this petition, because she kept running to the court and she kept filing these additional Jeremy broke the temporary injunction.
Hi, and Mimsy.
Which, by the way, the state attorney sent me a letter today. They have dropped every accusation that she's made. They are not pursuing any accusation she's made whatsoever. I got all the paperwork in the mail today. State attorney went, Jeremy, you never broke the injunction. I know I never broke the injunction, and she knows I never broke the injunction. But because she kept running to the courthouse stating that I did, we were able to get all the handwriting samples we need to then analyze that with a forensic handwriting expert with the signs that were posted all over Otter Creek, and then determine with complete and total 100% authority that Lynette was the one that placed those signs. Half of them. She worked with somebody else. And that handwriting for the other person, we have not confirmed yet. We're still searching. We have suspects. And
I mean, I totally agree with the sentiment here. However, as a criminal defense attorney, I will say that I think handwriting experts are a bunch of crap. I kind of have to say that, but I also believe that. But I'm also a weirdo that doesn't really like believe in the whole science of fingerprints so much either. So, take that for what it's worth.
online is a beautiful thing. There are legal documents online for people. There are signatures for names on documents. We have not matched it up yet. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it was John Crook. It's not John Crook. Believe it or not, we've already looked at everything. We've had it analyzed. It's not Crook. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It was one of those rug addicts that was living in a tent and living in her shed. Well, you are correct. That is one of the individuals that is a suspect in this. Oh, but you're thinking, I bet it was somebody that was living over on the campground in Shady Oaks. You are correct. That is another subject that is under investigation for these signs. You understand, if she didn't file for the petition, if she didn't start this in the first place, she would never be in the circumstance that she's being.
Y'all, what is that animal behind his head? I mean, I'm sure he did not end its life, that it came from like a storage room, I think. Oh, I also see like an alligator or crocodile jaw or something underneath the Otter Creek. But what is that, a coyote or what? It's a cute little animal.
Sued in federal court right now for extortation, for slander, and a list of other things. Crook is being sued for those exact same things as well. And that comes from all of their posts on Facebook, the hate groups, and other individuals that they incited to do the same. You understand, what they did is not protected speech. What we have done, we just exposed for who they really are, what they were really doing, and we showed the truth. We, as journalists, showed.
It is a fox, isn't it? It's a fox. A fox.
What was really happening, told what was really happening. And now they're in the situation that they find themselves in. Now, I'm curious. She was so thrilled to get away from Northport.
Yeah.
She even posted a picture on Instagram. My new neighbors, what the hales? Hearts on the mend. You think she misses Northport yet? So Kiki, even if she tries to withdraw the petition, none of this goes away.
Yeah.
She's still in federal court. She's still in Ohio court. She's not going to withdraw because for the first time in her life, she's getting promoted all over the world. For the first time in her life, people are sending her money. Can you believe anybody so gullible, being scammed, being.
I hope nobody sent him a stuffed fox or coyote. MG says it's a fox. I think it's a fox because it's like smaller than a coyote. But I hope nobody sent him that. What does the fox say? You are not a nice person. Okay.
Con to send $7,000, to send $3,000, to send even $1 to this woman. She's getting more money and more donations than she ever has before. For her, she thinks she's on top of the world. Of course, she can't think. We realize that. You realize that. This woman can't think of the ramifications and the consequences of what this means down the line. She's on disability. All of these donations must be claimed on disability. All of this must be claimed. And because so much is coming in, that disability is going to go away just like that. Mad Dog Phrase says, now that this is in the federal courts, can you not request the temporary protection
Oh my God, moles are really cute. I just looked them up. Oh my God, they're so cute.
order against you be lifted? Also, can it allow you to access your property from all access points? Another point, if the judge was giving legal advice to Lynette, the federal court should rule that the judge was not acting in the judicial capacity. If the judge says he can rule 10 cases per hour, I wonder if the federal courts could review the case that the biases, yeah, he's a bias, has ruled on to see if the verdict was unsafe. So let's answer question number 1 first. If the case is in the federal courts, can you not request the temporary injunction to be lifted? All right, since it is in the federal courts, that is something completely different that I'm suing her for. That's a completely different lawsuit in the federal courts right now. So remember, she's taking me to county court for an injunction. The judge, the biases, really the Thomases, but he's so biased, he might as well be the biases, right? He is placing this temporary injunction on me based on her stating that Mark Feather, 15 minutes, she said, he didn't say, she said that he tried to bribe her. Then he goes, boom, temporary injunction on Jeremy. Up to that point, there was nothing whatsoever, right? And frankly, I can't fathom or understand how he can place something on me based on what she says a lawyer said. Go figure that one out, right? Okay, so understand that she's in county court. She's being sued. It's a whole different lawsuit in the federal court. So you're saying, can we ask for the temporary injunction to be lifted in the federal court? The lawsuit in the federal court is completely and totally different. It is literally 2 different lawsuits. Now, the county court lawsuit is now going up into the higher courts to evaluate whether Judge Grudge, Judge Tobiases, Judge DeThomases will be removed.
MG Law says Judge did dumbasses. Did dumbasses. That one's kind of hard to say though, but it's funny. It is funny. Yeah, everything in her complaint, Deborah, you're right, is false. Probably. I don't have the complaint, but I do think it probably is false. Heard a lot of false things. Oh yeah, well, here we are again, Jeffrey. When you get caught up, you're gonna see.
Completely from this because of all of his wrongdoings, all of his bias, all of his lack of impartiality, right? And so the higher courts are going to decide, man, this guy is messed up and he's gone, or they're going to decide this guy did all right. He's good. Let him keep ruling.
Nurse TT, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I am working on emojis and stuff. I tried last night. I'm not good at it, but I'm going to get help. I am going to get help. And then I'm going to do a members only live soon. No, you didn't miss anything. We're just watching this video, which you've already watched. So you're ahead of us. You are ahead of us.
On it. Even if we go into Judge Tobias's courtroom again, and he does get an opportunity to rule on this. Remember, he is temporarily removed. He is removed from all of this right now. It's in the higher courts. He's temporarily removed. They'll determine whether he's permanently removed. Even if we go back in the courts, we already know he already has all of his plans made. He has tipped his hat so many times in court already. He is looking to place a permanent injunction on me. Not based on anything I've done at all. You already know that's going to be appealed. It's going to go in the appellate courts. And frankly, if it has to go all the way to the Supreme Court, it will. This isn't going to end anytime soon. So understand 2 different courts, 2 different issues. Now, your second question, allow access to your property from all access points. That is going to have to be fought in the higher courts as well. Okay. So he legally cannot keep me from driving on a public road. And he has. So judges who think they are above the law, such as Tobias, thinking he can keep me off of a road, which he cannot, and I'm respecting that at this point in time. I will fight that in the appellate courts to get my right to drive back on my road. All right? So understand that federal court isn't going to do anything about that. That's going to be the higher courts in the county court system to actually do something about that. And I will fight that and I will respect it, even though it's illegal. You took away my right for freedom of speech and yours. And we fought for that, and we're going to continue to fight for that. And by the way, that's a civil lawsuit against the state, what he's done to me and what he's done to you. He's taken away my right to bear arms. He's taken away my right for due process. He's taken away my right for a speedy trial. He's taken away, I could keep going on, and access to all my property. He has broken so many civil right rules, it's ridiculous. All right, and the next one, if he can do 10 cases per hour, I wonder if federal courts can review the cases Tobias has ruled on and see if the verdict was unsafe. All right, so for the aspect of the federal courts to actually rule, somebody would have to take it to the federal courts. And frankly, I don't even know if they could take it to the federal courts. What they would do is they would file an appeal, and it would go to the appellate courts in the county. It would go the higher up into the county to the appellate courts versus the actual federal court. I know that was a lot there. Hopefully it answered all three of your questions. Christopher Adams asked the simple question: is there literally at its core, is it possible to do anything against this judge? He says, can you put a claim in against the judge because of the reason that the things are going on? He's dragging things out, refusing to listen to the evidence.
For sure. Somebody can put the link. I'll try to find it, maybe. Hi, Medita fan.
Evidence from Ohio. So here's the problem with our system, okay? You may think, if you're a judge, you think this is great. You have what's called immunity. In other words, nobody can bring a lawsuit against you no matter what. Although there may be some rare incidences where the state can do something, the governor can do something. And frankly, I don't understand all of that, and I don't have all the information to that. What I can tell you is they have immunity to the point where I can't file a lawsuit against Judge Grudge, against the Thomases, okay? So me as a resident, you as a resident, you can't file a lawsuit against the judge. They have what's called immunity. Now, that becomes a problem in the system because when a judge thinks they're untouchable because they're immune to any kind of recourse or consequences for the poor decisions or the breaking of the law that they did, that just enables them to keep breaking the law. For example, as George and I were with the Levy County Sheriff Department for a very, very long meeting, and we were talking to the top detectives, we literally told them all this department has done is further enable Lynette and Crook to think that they can get away with breaking the law. And you know what they said? You're right. We agree with you. That's exactly what we've done because we have not upheld the law. And I then went on to say, do you understand the amount of liability you have placed this station in and this state in, the state of Florida? And they went, yeah, we do realize it, and it's not good, and we're going to correct it. And so when they don't do their job, when the deputies who are told by the state attorney, don't arrest, don't do what you legally, Florida state and federal law says they have to, and they have literally in writing been told not to, the amount of legal liability the state is in now, because all I have to do is come in and file a civil lawsuit against them. Or something much bigger than that. And now the state is in huge amount of liability for not doing their job. And what you've done is you've literally taught Lynette that we're going to call the sheriff, and you've taught John Crook, we're going to call the sheriff, and deputies are going to come out and do nothing at all. And so they've empowered them to continue to think that it's okay to break the law. Now they're promising us it stops immediately and they're going to go back and they're going to arrest. Whether it happens or not is a whole nother story. We're waiting, anticipating, and maybe when they finally get arrested, they'll finally stop breaking the law. That's the hope and the goal, right? But when it comes to a judge and nothing happens to them, you empower them, you embolden them to keep doing the wrong thing. So
I can't find the petition on his page, though, y'all. I cannot find it.
who knows how many people Judge DeThomasis has done this to? And here's the interesting part. more and more and more people keep coming forward, not just telling us about the Thomases, but telling us about the relationship between Silverman and the Thomases. This is interesting how all of this keeps
No, it's fine, Stacey. It's no problem. YouTube just doesn't let you post links. I guess it's YouTube. I don't think it's like something that I've enabled because I'm not allowed to post links in anybody's live. Well, that's not true. I can post them in MG's live because he gave me a friend. Where is this petition though? The petition. Some petition from Veteran Nation. I went to his community page to look for it and I couldn't find it there. Oh, okay.
all these stories keep pulling together. There's so many layers and so many layers, and there's this huge story that's just ready to burst and to break, and it all fits together with all these layers in it. The only person that really can go after Judge DeThomasis is the governor, or you have the Judicial Review Committee or Qualification Committee, the JQC, and they can come in and go, whoa, 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 and they can knock that judge off of the bench. Evelyn wants to know, are you paying the judge? I mean, literally, this man talks and talks and talks. He has his own YouTube channel. It's not like What the Hales and dead silence is deafening, right? You never want dead silence. But this man is in a courtroom. He's supposed to remain silent. He's supposed to listen. And she says, do you pay the judge also for the time he's judging your case? Maybe he's making this case go so long so he gets money from you. If you get a favorable result from the upper courts, would you get the money back? Money for the judge also supposed to remain, right? You never Hales talks and talks and wants to know, are you paying the judge? I mean, literally, this man talks and talks and talks. He has his own YouTube channel. It's not like What the Hales and dead silence is deafening, right? You never want dead silence. But this man is in a courtroom. He's supposed to remain silent. He's supposed to listen. And she says, do you pay the judge also for the time he's judging your case? Maybe he's making this case go so long so he gets money from you. If you get a favorable result from the upper courts, would you get the money back? So Evelyn, this judge is based on a state approved salary for not only him, but for all judges. So they get a base salary for judgment, and it's a lot of money. You and I would think it's a lot of money. Most people would think it's a tremendous amount of money. So him extending everything doesn't generate any more income for him. And I don't pay him, I pay my legal counsel. And the longer he extends things, the more I have to pay in legal fees. Now, the one thing that I can do is I can sue or countersue Lynette for legal fees. Now, you're already thinking, how are you going to get anything out of Lynette? Well, the reality is the only things that she has is a camper. Oh, wait, now there's 2 illegal campers on the property, a Jeep. And who in the world would want that nasty thing anyway? I'm sure it stinks so bad, just like a piece of property. The property and maybe a few odds and ends that that she has begged from people and conned people out of. But the reality is countersuing her for all the fees that I currently have, which is $125,000 between Ohio and Florida. I'll never be able to get that out of her. But the courts can make a judgment and say she has to pay, and they can seize all of her property, and all that property will go up for auction and the whole deal. Now, the other part is we've also filed for Silverman, because this is a frivolous suit as it is anyway. Silverman can be held liable for 50% of all of my legal fees. So if the courts approve, you have to understand, just because we filed a motion, we filed lots of motions on DeThomasis, right? We filed 3 times for him to disqualify himself. Did he? Nope. Denied it 3 times. Is DeThomasis ever going to approve anything I file? No, which is one of the reasons why we need an impartial, we need an unbiased judge. But there is the hope that we can get 50% of all legal fees out of Silverman, and he does have the funds. And then Lynette would be held responsible for 50% as well. And then the state would come in, seize the property. It would all go up for auction. So that's about the only way we're going to be able to get anything out of a...
I mean, that's a cute thought, Nurse TT, but I do not think that he put it up just for me to watch, like on live. That would be crazy. And normally I would never just like, I mean, yes, I play his videos, but obviously they're the older videos. I would normally never just like play his video that he just watched, but I needed to know the breaking news, and it happened at the very beginning. Oh, and somebody asked about the total on the GoFundMe. Yes, Thomas, it is 20,670. There we go. Oop.
A dry udder that has no more milk. YMS says the good thing is Lynette's face is out there now. The story is out there now. There's exposure. And since there is, then maybe somebody else will be saved from her scams and cons. And I got to agree with you, YMS. The more that we can get the story out, the more that you can share the story, the more that everybody viewing can share the story, the more people that can be
Yes, Shani, it went live, or it dropped early for some reason.
saved. Now you have to understand through all of this, and it's been horrific, there have been positives that have happened through this. So when I started to film the property and all the hazards on the property for the child, guess what started to happen? They started to actually remove the hazards. So here's a positive thing. Quality of life for the child has increased in the aspect of less hazards. When fish and game were called out, the quality of life for the animals has increased.
Thank you, just another Cajun Joe.
And that has limited hazards because somebody is now holding them accountable. The story is out there. The truth is out there. It's being exposed. So Crook is out there. It's so funny this week. Crook is out there. He's taking videos, which by the way are self-incriminating because they have no permit for a campground. Yet now they have 2 campers on the property, which is illegal. And so self-incriminating yet again. This is how stupid they are. I can't believe how dumb they are. I literally can't believe how dumb they are. But at the same time, Levy County Sheriff and deputies have emboldened them. They've enabled them to keep going, well, I can break any law I want and nothing's going to happen. So they're out there filming and Crook's out there going, oh, well, don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you see. It's not true. My property is perfect. Everything that was shown is exactly the way it was. The only reason why any of it got corrected is because it was shown, it was exposed, the story was told. And so the positives are, hopefully, this saves a child's life. Hopefully, this saves the community members and the residents of Otter Creek's lives. Remember, there have been fire going off all over town by a rug addict or 2. And hopefully this saves some animal lives. Elaine Ellis says, how come they got their uns? But Jeremy, yours have been removed. Well, with the Ohio civil protection orders, unfortunately, the judge made a little slip up. One of the reasons why we got civil protection.
Yeah. Did MG answer that question? I think there could be something to that, but I don't know. The question is, right? So weird that it was an hour early. He even said it the other day, like, Cynthia said, MG, would you please chime in on the homestead question, whether or not they can seize Lynette's primary residence under the homestead rural law, whatever. I think there might be something to that. But I don't know. Oh, I forgot to push play. I do apologize, you guys.
Orders because were the threats from the uns, and she didn't mark in there to have the uns removed. With the temporary injunction here in Florida, the Thomases did mark to have the uns removed. So we're looking to get that corrected immediately from a judgment from Ohio, and so that will then come down here to Florida, and then Levy County Sheriff will actually have to go and seize all the UNs. Now, they know that already, and you know that already. So we already know Crook purchased an UN from somebody in the campground at Shady Oaks a little while back. So it's not registered in his name. We know he has it. He knows he has it. You think Levy County Sheriff are going to be able to do anything if it's hidden? No.
MG says he would have to look at the Florida homestead statutes. They vary by state. Jeffrey Montgomery says if they're in jail, ...
No, he's going to lie about it. Remember when he pulled the firearm out on me in the first place, and the deputy went over, and the deputy then tells me his conversation with John, and he says, yeah, John said he never did it. And then he told John, I saw the video. And then he goes, well, I got septic brain. And then the whole story from John and Lynette became, he tripped in a hole, and he had a hole in his pocket. What in the world is the thing doing in your pocket if you got a hole in your pocket? What in the world are you doing walking out threatening people with a UN if you can't even walk? I mean, the list goes on and on and on to just debunk all of these lies that continue to be told over and over again. So the reality is this: Ohio screwed up, and we're looking to get that fixed with the last hearing that happened January 10th. That's still waiting for all of the order to come from the judge. We are waiting patiently. It's been over 2 months. It's ridiculous. The judge is trying to figure out how to make Levy County and how to make the state of Florida to actually do their job and arrest those two. And so that's kind of new ground, even though federal law says they have to do it, even though state law in Florida says they have to do it. Ohio is fighting with Florida going, why aren't you doing this? You have to do this by law. And she's trying to figure out how to make sure that that happens within those orders, right? And so while they have UNs and my UNs, I have none anymore under this temporary. Remember, they have permanent, I have a temporary. It's just the way it is right now. Is it right? Not by any stretch of the imagination. But there's nothing I can do but respect the order given by DeThomasis, even though I don't respect him as an individual or a judge. Lisa says, if John Crook is disabled,
I guess I'm a little confused. Also, I started paying attention to the chat and stopped listening to the video until just now when he started talking about the UNs. And I remember, I think it was last night, MG said he was looking at the order from Ohio and that it actually did not say anything about that. But I think that federally you're not, maybe it's just that you can't buy them, but I thought it was that you're not supposed to possess them if you have one of those types of orders against you. Like, pretty sure you're not supposed to be having those sorts of weapons. But like, so regardless of if the order in Ohio said it or not, if you have one of the, that's what I think. Maybe it has to actually specifically state it. I don't do anything federal, so I don't know, but that's what I think. The state attorney in Florida is the same as the DA. They call their, so like in here, like we have a DA, but sometimes I just say like the state's attorney, meaning like the attorney that's working for the state. Oh yeah, see, MG says the section regarding weapons was stricken through and the box not checked. That tells me it is not in effect under that order. Exactly. So like, why does my phone keep ringing? What the heck? Somebody really wants to talk to me, but they ain't gonna. Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. So it was it was actually stricken through. I mean, when they go the extra step of striking through the language, they like really mean it doesn't apply. Yeah, I don't remember where I was. I don't remember what I was saying. I wish I had like a body cam situation that I could go 30 seconds back and, get the squirrels out of my head. Okay.
man shouldn't even have an UN. He could be arrested for having one, and you have him on film. A turn off of your settings on your phone. Then if they're tracking your phone, they won't be able to. Okay, so Lisa's trying to tell us how to find out if there's a
So, Ruth, in Texas, if you are a felon, you're not allowed to have a gun. And if you have been convicted of a family violence type of crime, even if it's a misdemeanor, you're not allowed to have guns. And then if you're like in Texas, if you're under a protective order involving violence, you are not allowed to have one while under the protective order. So just having a record in and of itself, like, would not mean that you could not have guns. Uh, but I don't know what the law in Florida says about guns, and I don't know if he's a felon.
tracker on our vehicle, which there's a possibility of that. We're still trying to get to the bottom of how Levy County deputies knew exactly where we were in a county commissioner meeting that we've never attended before in our lives. We don't have that answer yet. Nobody's been willing to give us that answer. But the real question is he disabled? Well, if you take Lynette's word.
Okay, I remember what I was saying. So somebody asked earlier, what does the paperwork mean that the state attorney sent to him? If he means just like the DA, I mean, in Travis County, the DA like never sends paperwork saying, "Hey, we've concluded investigating this case," right? Because they want to make sure they would never say something like that because, I mean, very rare. I shouldn't say never. Very rarely do they say something like that because they want to be able to leave the possibility of if any evidence were to come, like pop up at a later date, that they would still be able to investigate it. So, um, usually they won't like make that kind of claim, but it seems like what he's saying is that the DA or the state's attorney, somebody sent him a letter stating that they had closed all investigations or that they weren't going to investigate, or not that they weren't going to investigate. I think that they had closed all investigations of all the claims that she had made, which, like, that's not shocking information to me because, yeah, duh. This has been going on for how many months? And there's been no criminal charges because he didn't do anything. So, yeah, not shocking.
For it. Lynette's disabled. Apparently she can't even hold a gallon of milk. And then she went on an entire post, which by the way, she then dirty deleted. She went on an entire post ranting because she was called out in the aspect of can't hold a gallon of milk, which she herself has posted. I'm going to read some of this. So there's
Oh, Matthew, I was not talking about Jeremy being a felon. I Who knows, I don't always pay attention to what I have posted on the screen. What I meant to have highlighted on the screen was a question about the man next door and whether or not he might have a record, which I don't know, and I'm not saying that he does, but some people in chat say that he does. And yeah, we'll just call him Crook. And if he did, whether or not that would prevent him from having firearms. But no, I know that, or I don't believe that Jeremy has any kind of a record.
groups out there that are on a slam campaign against me. Well, I mean, really, it's not a slam campaign. It is the truth campaign. Taking such garbage, and lie after lie after lie. You don't know me. You've never met me. Yuck. And you don't know what I say or what I've said or what I've done. I've never said I can't carry a gallon of milk. She literally says right here, I've never said I can't carry a gallon of milk. Oh, but what happened is the receipts, the screenshots, the proof showed up that she did say she can't carry a gallon of milk. And guess what happened to the post after she was called out on yet another lie? She dirty deleted it. You know, this is the same thing she did in Ohio court January 10th. She went, Judge, he's lying. He's lying. Those aren't screenshots from me. She goes literally in the Zoom cam, you can check my Facebook page right now. And the judge looks at her through Zoom and goes, I don't care what's on your Facebook page right now. I care what was there. As if she's somehow going to get it over on the judge that she didn't delete it. And she deleted this as well because the world called her out on, yeah, you posted you can't carry a gallon of milk.
Actually, Diane, this is actually from today because he dropped it early. And I am so happy that you made a live. But yeah, this dropped today just very early.
So she says she's so disabled, she can't even carry a gallon of milk.
Arthritis.
Her arthritis is so bad. She says degenerative disc disease, bone disease. And yet we see her, she can't carry anything. And yet we see her nonstop all the time, even calling Channel 20 and getting mad that Channel 20 didn't put her on the news spot about Otter Creek. And she's holding a child the entire time for a tremendous amount of time. And yet we saw no pain. Yet we saw no disability. We saw perfect walking. We saw nothing. We saw literally nothing that would scream out disabled. Now, what I can tell you, in my opinion, she's abusing the system. Again, I can't prove it, but it's my opinion, and my opinion is what it is. It's an opinion on what I've seen and the evidence I've seen. She claims that the
Federal does cover all states. This is true. However, that does not mean that all states always enforce federal.
child is disabled. All right. So life-threatening, metabolic disorder. First of all, not life-threatening. Okay. There are plenty of people that have this metabolic disorder. You can't digest proteins. You know how you fix it? You don't eat proteins. You fix it by adjusting your diet. That's simple. Really, that simple. Could you imagine being that child and being told on a daily basis, being posted upon on a daily basis, looking back as an adult, looking at all these posts on a daily basis, knowing that somebody who was
Felons can get their gun rights restored? I feel like I should know that. But I didn't.
supposed to love you constantly told you, you have a life-threatening metabolic disorder. You could die at any time. Do you know what that's going to do to that child up here? I mean, that's going to destroy a child. This child is no different than any other child. Needs love, needs nurturing, not getting it, in my opinion, needs acceptance, needs other children to learn social skills, to learn how to interact with other people. What is she currently getting? John Crook and Lynette screaming and cussing each other out constantly, nonstop. She hears it all. She's getting all of the negative, none of the positive. Being told that you have a life-threatening. Could you imagine being in fear every single day going, you know what? And believing I have a life-threatening when you don't. You just don't eat the proteins that you can't digest. It's that simple. She also claims that Crook is disabled. Oh, he just had a knee replacement. Okay. Remember the bandages all the way up to his crotch. Like anybody wants to see that, right? We already know how small his driveway is, and he protects it with a futon frame. Now, anybody who actually thinks a futon frame is going to be a protective measure of security as a gate, you know what? The disability is probably up here. Maybe she's right. Maybe they all are disabled. George, Linda wants to know how you're feeling and how you're doing. So I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. Let's do a flipperoo. Look at this. I'm here on the planet right now. And oh, look at that. George and I are flipping. Linda wants to know, George.
Linda. Very tense up in here, I think, from all the stress. I'm still taking counseling, and
You had a session.
Hi, Danielle. I have a really bad problem with not seeing all words. I skip large chunks.
This week.
yeah, I've been doing virtual because my counselor is up north. Tons of praying. My counselor even prays for me, and overall, aside from like the anxiety and the stress and like the emotional distress, like physically, just really tense. So I think I need a massage.
That's my cue. I gotta go.
Hold on. I gotta see something. The mods are funny. I see that they just remove things before I even see them, so then I can't be like, "Why did you remove?" It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. I almost just put something up on the screen that's been removed, though. So I'm not gonna do that. Okay, okay, okay. Um, well, oh, sorry. Linda MG says that that part of the order from Ohio was stricken through. So it would mean that that does not apply in this case. So there's that. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna remove this for a second. There we go. Okay, it looks like there's like another issue going in chat that I don't know anything about. Because Ruth, you weren't talking to me, right? Wait, what? Huh? Yeah, it was like an hour earlier, huh? Oh, okay. So there was something going on in chat. See, I miss all the good stuff. Uh, okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Alan. How are you? Um, what did I, what else did I miss? Okay, I'm not even going to try to catch up, I guess. She carried her only if felony is a non-violent nature. Oh, okay, okay. So our Homer, Jim, only if felony is a non-violent nature. Okay, so is I'm assuming that is regarding restoring gun rights. Okay, makes sense. She carries a child all the time. From what I understand, Lynette and John have a decent rap sheet. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Well, thank y'all for that information. Hello, Joyful Joy. How are you? Cynthia, thank you for saying that. Either way, I was happy for you. What kind of pic did you send her? I bet it was a new boat. A new boat he's not inviting me on. And I'm right down the street, y'all. How rude, huh? I'm like literally right down the street. And Roy says, I'm wheelchair bound and Social Security put me through all kinds of exams and tests before approving disability, even though VA had already rated me. That's crazy. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Now I have, see, this makes things hard for me. Now I have to go see if this was up or if I should just skip this. Hold on. I have to read this. Okay. I think that's a decent point, Melody. A felon found in the actual possession of a firearm is required to serve a 3-year minimum mandatory sentence. Wait, really? That's crazy. 3-year minimum? That's just crazy. So they can't do, but they could do probation, right? Oh, you think that Jeremy's going live with somebody at 6 o'clock? It could be. Who knows? But the other day when he was on with me, they didn't change the and he's been in my live when like chatting before the when his video drops, but he was also like on the live, like talking on StreamYard to all of y'all last time, and his video dropped in the middle of it, and they didn't change the time for that. And he said the other day, consistency of your time is the most important thing. So I think that was like maybe a YouTube mess up. It's possible. Yes, so are we, mad Englishmen. Wait, what? Let's see here. Are there lots of trolls lurking? It's a possibility. But also sometimes I think that like that we as a group have a tendency to mark people that don't necessarily agree with our point of view as trolls when that's not necessarily a troll just because they don't agree with us. That they have like opposite views to us or differing opinions, as long as they're not being like beyond disrespectful. I don't really believe in taking away their right to talk about it, you know? That's to me that's not really cool. Like I want people of all opinions to be allowed and to be included. But yeah, Stacey, there are definitely some of those that I have seen. Spam, there's been spam. Good. Zach, I don't like spam. Spam freaks me out when I get to it and then I'm like, "What? What's happening?" I think you need the 8 I don't know what that is. A clip of the little boy saying I've not seen it. I didn't think so, Ruth. And John. Okay. I'm not Yeah, I know, she's not a troll. See? She's a what the hell follower. I knew it, Melody. It's okay. You're okay. You can state your views. Because I didn't say look up and he was correct. Oh, okay. Yeah. Always lies about anything. Hi, Alan. Hi, Alan. Yeah, that's true. That's what MG says, Dana, that the Ohio judge did not check the no gun box on the order of protection. Oh my gosh, is that do you see that Peter? Peter? I mean, I've just never seen um it's spelled that way before, which leads me to believe that it is not actually Peter, but Peter. Anyway, hi. Debbie says, uh-oh. Melody, I have the same thing, but what he's saying is she lied about her disease. No ignorance was meant by it. Sure, sure. And like also thing is that Jeremy's human. He doesn't have to be right about everything that he says, you know. He's not right about everything that he says. Like I'm positive he's not right about it. I've heard. Yeah, didn't catch that part. Yeah, it's cool. I don't catch a lot of it because I'm paying attention to other things. Yeah, he is gonna have to take me on the boat, Stacey. We'll just guilt him into it. Ooh. It doesn't matter if you are a felon in the United States, you are not allowed to possess or carry a firearm that happens to be a federal law. Wait, what? It doesn't matter if you are a felon in the United States. You're not allowed to possess or carry a firearm that happens to be a federal law. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Yeah, getting the whole oh, is he? Know how makes sense. Is that what he said? I didn't even hear that. But I don't know how he's gonna sort that out. He's gonna have to, like they're gonna have to change the order. They're gonna have to do a motion to modify. Seems like that's gonna require a hearing. It's okay. See, it's okay, everybody. Uh, lying net ran for a seat in Otter Creek. Why can't she work? I don't know. I don't know any of that kind of stuff, and I don't really to be honest, I don't even care about that. Keyword felon. It could take up to 4 years to get disability. You already must have been convicted as a felon. Well, obviously. Yeah. You can't just have, like, a felony charge against you and then your rights are taken away. That would be insanity. Um, you have to, like, be convicted to be considered a felon, right? Except the, exception to that would be if, like, say you're charged with a crime of violence and the complaining witness in that case goes at least in Texas, okay, I'm talking about Texas. They go and get a temporary, well, we call them an emergency protective order. If they go and get one of those or a, um, like a final order, then you're also while you're under the order, you're not allowed to possess firearms, even if you haven't been convicted of anything. So that is something. Um, Jeremy and George came from my area. Love the hills, and the supporters are awesome, right? It's okay that you're late, mad. Oh, wow. I'm way behind. Okay. Okay, I was informed here, Linda says, I was informed here in Michigan if I allowed a parolee to stay in my home that I could not have a firearm in your possession, even though I've never, yeah, it's true. That is true. Like, because they're not allowed to live in a place where there's a firearm. He cannot be, okay. If he has a gun legally, he cannot be in possession if he is taking certain drugs or if drinking. Well, I think where you're gonna have a problem though, Christine, is proving that. Proving that he's currently doing both of those things. What do you mean? He can have a gun if he drinks. You can have a gun in your possession even though you drink alcohol. But I can understand. I know that there's like a question on the firearm form, whatever you call it, that you're not allowed to like be a drug user or something. Nurse TT, somebody who consistently shares lies and misinformation. Um, okay, then I guess trolls are welcome. They're just not welcome to attack others in the chat. Like, if that's what we're calling trolls, then trolls are welcome because that's all just your perspective on what is a lie, what is misinformation. You know what I mean? My screen is blurry because I didn't turn off my You did stay at a Holiday Inn? I think that Kevin, I don't know. Do I think Grudge Judge is trying to make new law on this case? Well, I think that he sees an opportunity for sure. And I think that, yeah, we can all agree to disagree. Melody. Um, yeah, I think that he saw an opportunity there. And I also think that he does not like Jeremy. And I think it's like more Jeremy than Jeremy's attorney. I think the reason that he went after Jeremy's attorney is because he doesn't like Jeremy. And I think that has to do with the fact that Jeremy had run-ins with the, with Russ the Sus, and Russ the Sus has family members that are commissioners and county commissioners, at least in Travis County. County commissioners and judges are very intertwined. So it would make a lot of sense that he would already be not a fan. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it is a misunderstanding. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's been someone posting the same cut and pasted phrases on all the LawTube channels about this stuff. Oh, okay. Trolls are easy to work with. Oh, is that what happens to them? Trolls are easy to work with. Just get them to walk with you into a clearing to watch the sunrise. Instant statues. Um, oh yeah, no. Doxing's not cool. Doxing is not cool. It Old Line Run says it's fine to disagree. We should be okay with that. I was in a chat the other day and where someone was doxing Jeremy's Ohio address. Totally different. Totally different. It's not okay to dox. Like it's not okay and it cannot be tolerated. Here, at least. It will not be tolerated. Oh yeah, I can handle some meanies for sure. Okay, so did y'all refresh? Is it really blurry? I'm gonna have to go all the way to the bottom. Let's see here. Linda, sure, but like, I think to prove that, I mean, they're gonna have to like test him or something. Does Florida laws about guns also mean other states when the judge put that order into place? You mean like, can he go back to Ohio and possess guns? No, I don't. He cannot. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Their color's real fast. um, I wonder if GH can. No, no, no. I didn't see it, I guess, Matthew. Oh, you said, can anyone pull up someone's rap sheet criminal record? I'm not sure about that. I know that it's difficult for me to pull up somebody's rap sheet and criminal record if it's not in the state of Texas. It's almost impossible for me to do so. So I know that you can like pay to be a member of like certain sites that do it like, oh, what was one? Not Zillow, but something. I forgot the name of it. But I had a like membership there, but it never pulled up people's criminal records. Even though it said, "Oh, we've got a hit." Nope, didn't. I mean, yeah, they can ask, but you think he's gonna tell the truth? Lord of the Rings reference? See, I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Oh, is that about trolls? I've never seen it. What's refreshing to see? It's still blurry, are you kidding me? Okay, well, it's, like, fine on my screen. I don't know what to do. Okay, maybe hold on. I'm gonna come right back. I hope this doesn't mess it up. If it does, bye. But hopefully I'll be right back. Am I still blurry? What? Your screen's black and no oh. What's a chat tower? What is a chat tower? I've never heard of such a thing. What about my StreamYard camera setting? Okay, hold on, let me see. It's still blurry. Okay, that's annoying. Hold on. I don't actually know what that does. What do you mean there's a audio delay? How do you know? I don't know what's going on. It says my connection is unstable, but it shouldn't be because it's plugged into the wall. So that's really annoying. I have. Okay, guys. The answer to that question is like 8 million, thousand, trillion, billion, gazillion. Hold on, let me close some of them. Would that help? I like not only do I have a million windows open, I also have a million tabs in each window. So there's that. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Let me see, let me see. I just don't want to accidentally close out of this one, you know? That would be terrible. Close. Okay. Okay. Am I better? Yeah, it was like stormy here a minute ago, but it's not anymore. I don't know how to get it back in sync. Oh, I didn't see this, but thank you, Double Karma. Oh, shut it up. Okay, I don't care. There we go. Okay, thank you for the super chat. That is so nice. I know I'm still lagging probably. I don't actually even know what that is. What's that? NIC. Hey everyone. Hey, Kate D. That's funny. So I closed all the windows. But maybe it was too late. Yeah, we did have weather issues today. It was crazy. Oh. Yeah, so Cynthia, that's the thing is like last night I didn't want to restart it because I'm kind of lazy and I had like the settings already set up on my computer for like the windows and stuff. And so I didn't restart it and I really like should restart it every day. Oh, should I turn it off and restart? I could do that and come back. Oh yeah, I've seen Dave do that before. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do that. If y'all all go, but I'm going to come back in here. Yeah, we are gonna have to get me some tech tips offline, but hold on a second. I'm gonna restart really quickly. I hope. I hope it's really quickly. Is that better? You just keep what? Okay, this is the only window I have open, so I can't tag anybody or anything. Um, okay, it's better. So I should have done that. I know, MG, I'm never gonna make fun of your computer again. I definitely should have restarted it for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, let's see here, Jeffrey at Nurse TT, fan of the A team. Did you ever see a hearse go by and wonder how the poor fellow died? They put you in a little box and cover you over with dirt and rocks. An IT goatee? Ah, no, I don't. What the hell was y'all? I think I did something bad. It just said, do I want to allow Alienware Control Center to make changes to this hard drive? And it's like an Alienware laptop. So, but I said no. I probably should have said yes. I didn't even see a question from Ellie. I did not even. It's okay if they are trying to stir. Who is George? Who is? Yeah, well, yeah. Mine said I needed to do updates and I didn't do them, so you're not. Maybe. I don't know. What did George ask? I don't know what George asked. Is it something I need to answer? I don't even see a George. Ask Jeremy. Yep, Jeremy is not here. She has a point about that part. I look like you are drunk. Oh, no. Ellie. I don't know why I said she, because actually, I don't know. Ellie could easily be not a lady. Could be a I don't know why I always assume that. Hey, thank you, Dan, and thank you for the super chat. That's super nice. I enjoy seeing your point of view about the craziness out of Otter Creek. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. It is difficult to keep it all straight. We definitely need like a chart. And I do love me a chart. Okay, it says. But thank you, Dan, for the super chat. I feel like I've seen you either in someone else's chat or in this chat. So what Jeremy is stating on the stream isn't live now, correct? Yeah, no, oh yeah, no, George. It was not live. We were just, I was streaming his video that he dropped earlier today. It is kind of confusing, but no, he was not like on the show live or anything. No. It didn't go through. What didn't go through? Um, to Oat Willie's, I have been to Oat Willie's. Kevin, are you from Austin? George just wants to know what JH is why JH, what JH is so crazy because he can and because it ain't none of your business is why. George, you are asking a crowd of Jeremy fans. So they are very protective. But I think the reason that he is suing is uh because it's the legal way to get to accomplish what it is that he is trying to accomplish. And I think that what happened is, yeah, I know there were a lot of lawsuits before this even popped off, but I think it was to like hold the officials in the town accountable, to hold the town accountable, and then yeah, sue everyone. Exactly. Ellie Fant. I'm a LawTube fan. Sue everyone. Sue everyone. Um, yeah. Yeah, maybe so when you oh, um, yeah, when you can't get them to do what you're wanting or like when they're violating your rights, sometimes suing is the only way to fix it. But also it can become like it can take over your whole life when you start getting into this kind of situations, it can take over your whole life, your finances, your emotional energy, your physical energy. It can just consume every aspect of your life when you get into legal battles like this sometimes. And so, you know, it can just totally take over. Oh, was it just one lawsuit? So I don't know about the lawsuits with the town yet. I just hear him saying that they're coming, but I haven't gotten that far in the videos yet. So that's the only reason I said there were several is because he kept saying there were going to be several, but very possible that that did not happen. She harassed everybody in Otter Creek. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet in the videos, but I know y'all have definitely y'all are up to date on the videos, so I will not question that. Don't stalk him and you'll have no problem. Don't steal from him. True. I mean, but the thing about this is like think about all, and I think Jeremy said this before too, is like there are so many people in a position where, they're being wronged by the state, they're being wronged by the government, and there's nothing they can do about it because they don't have the money to sue. So they are lucky that they do have the resources to be able to actually to actually, you know, sue. Most people cannot do that. So that's something. Yeah, but people should be held accountable. I say people should be held accountable, but, like, I'm not so much on the, like, punishing people, like, if but when it's, like, something that keeps going on and on and on, it's interfering with, like, your quality of life, your ability to enjoy your own property, those kinds of things, like, yeah, I totally get that. And he's in a unique position because he's also, like, known outside of the community, because he's on YouTube, internet celebrity. Um, but but normally, I think, like, I'm very forgiving, but the government should definitely be held accountable, and any state actors should always be held accountable. I'm trying to be Cajun respectful and follow the Is there such a thing as Cajun respectful, though? Keep my nose in my business model. If JH wants to sue the world, has the means, then it is the legal remedy and his right if he wishes. This is true. This is true. Uh-oh. Why'd you say uh-oh, Ruth? No, no. Matthew, I do only work. I used to work in many more counties, but now that I am a mom, I just really work in Travis County in Austin. I don't like to travel. And funny story, although not that funny. I used to practice in very consistently, like almost every day in two other counties uh, that touch on Travis County, so Williamson County and Hayes County. And on my way back from Hayes County back to Travis County Court one morning, I was on I-35 and I got rear-ended by an 18-wheeler. And then it started like this whole long lawsuit and me having to have back surgery and just like such a pain. And so I just have like, I don't know, just like bad feelings or thoughts about going to Hayes County. Also, I was involved in a murder trial there that, I mean, it went well for us, but it was like miserable and should have never ever been brought in the first place. And that was very early in my career and it felt like there was a lot of corruption and lying and just not good people involved in that case, against our client, and, so it just put a really nasty taste in my mouth for going out of county, and then Williamson County is, like, notorious for being terrible, but I think it's gotten better in the past few years, but I'm not gonna go test it. Yeah, it's better than taking the law into your own hands for sure, because then you go to prison, and who wants to do that? Not me. I mean, the thing is, like, there are a lot of lawsuits involving him, but, like, he is he's a well-known person, so, like, I guess that kinda comes with the territory, like, I'm an attorney, and albeit I am a defense attorney, so I don't file lawsuits, so except for the 18-wheeler case, I've he's definitely has more suits than me under his belt. Uh, you're glad diabetes is not contagious? Me too. Oh, the same disease as your brother. Yes, it's not good. I got used to asking him what the real story is, and he would actually tell the truth. Okay, that, like, never that never happens. That's crazy. That's cool, though. I know George is Jeremy's girlfriend. Why? Did I say something different? Did I say wife? I might have said wife, and I did not mean to. I know that they are not married. Nurse TT last attempt. Whoa, I actually see, like, I don't know what that is, but I see that. What the hell is this? Hold on. Can I copy? I can't copy, or I would. No, I don't wanna ban it. I wanna copy it. That's too long of a link. I can't even click on it. Well, I mean, I couldn't click on it anyway, I guess. StreamYard doesn't let me click on whatever that is. Is that a link? I don't know what it is. Jeremy gave many chances over 2 to 3 years telling them to do the right thing. He finally had enough. Spoiler alert, about what? Oh. About how I was like, I haven't gotten there in the videos? Yeah. I know it was settled. Everyone keeps telling me it was because it was gonna be, Judge DeBiasis or Tobias or whatever. Oh, there we go. He settled the suit with the town because it would have been yeah, that wouldn't have been good. But now, see, that's the situation that he's gonna face is anything that he brings now in that county, like, what, is it gonna go before the same judge? Because that's not gonna work out well, as we've seen. Did it go through? StreamYard didn't let it go through. Oh, I don't know what it was. I can't I mean, maybe in the actual it probably looks different in the real chat, huh? Yeah, you had to sub to my channel. Dan Davis, you did have to sub to my channel. Thank you. Jeremy states at best, just do the right thing, huh? Yeah, they are protective. Hi, Brian. I'm not sure I've seen you in here before, but hello. Hello, hello. M louder. Mm. Uh-oh, what does this say? So far, 1 time with the town, now 2 times with LP, but oh, 2 times with LP, so we're talking about the one in Ohio and then the federal one? And has enough info for more related to corruption. So really that's only okay, so that's 3. So he's got 2 more than me. And if town state does the right thing, I don't believe he will feel the need to bring the other suits. Yeah, well, what is he gonna do if they're all gonna go in front of Tobias's? I mean, that would be terrible. So you might have 2 choices. Take care of it yourself and maybe end up in jail or sue to get whatever it is to stop. I think that I would sue in most cases. Yes, I agree. However, like, yes, I agree. If you have the resources to be able to do that, yes, do that. Obviously, don't take things into your own hands and go to prison. That's a terrible, terrible plan. I would advise no one to go to prison. Terrible idea. But sometimes if you don't get what you want out of the lawsuit, it ends up being like, so sometimes if it's just like a frivolous suit, I am not saying that that's what's going on here with Jeremy. I'm saying that there are instances where people have been known to sue a lot. I'm talking like a lot more than what y'all are saying that Jeremy has done, right? Like a lot more. And sometimes they're considered frivolous and it ends up being definitely not beneficial to file all of those lawsuits because well, because it's you don't get anything out of it, you end up paying a lot of money and you can get like they can find that you are I'm forgetting the word for it, but that you like file a bunch of lawsuits and you're and that they're frivolous and then like that's not good. But I don't know. I don't do civil cases. We need MG for that. If Lynette and Crook had obeyed the cease and desist, yeah, people never do though. Ever. They upped their game. If Florida had followed the CPO, they'd have been stopped. Florida failed, and they upped their game again. True, true, true. Um, no. Wait. Wait, what'd you say no for? Oh, were you talking about is there Cajun respectful or whatever? There's none. There's none. At least not in the Cajun worlds I come from. Everyone is very forgiving until it keeps on happening over and over again. Sure, sure, sure. No, I'm saying like in the criminal sense, I'm very forgiving, but that's because I am a criminal defense attorney. So like I have to be, or otherwise I would go crazy. Um, but also I guess in my personal life too. I mean, the person in my personal life is a 4-year-old, so you have to be forgiving. uh, this Florida court stuff is different. It's all of our constitutional rights. Oh no, for sure. Um, Well, and I don't even know that it's like all of our constitutional rights so much because I don't think that necessarily what happens in this case is going to affect anybody's constitutional rights. Like, I think it'll be made right eventually. I don't think other courts are going to like follow it really because I don't think it's right. But I do see where it's scary, like what they're doing for, yeah, like for free speech, obviously. But I do think that judges must be held accountable. Like, they must be held accountable. They must. One way or another, they have to be held accountable because they have too much power to not be accountable. Yeah, LA, Williamson County. Bleh. Yeah, for real. Okay, I understand if everyone checks this out and I need an attorney, I'll definitely hire you if you're in Austin. Do anybody know the next town meeting? I don't know when the next town meeting is. I think Jeremy said it the other day. I feel like it was supposed to be soon, but I don't know. Or maybe that was the county one. I don't know. Yeah, PTSD. Exactly. It used to be way worse, though. I have seen some of the DJ Radis videos for sure. Oh, next Tuesday, says Audio Coffee. I guess the meeting is next Tuesday. Didn't know that about your back surgery. I got some sympathy for you. Well, thanks. Thanks, Zach. Legally Live. What's your thoughts on the Georgia judge ruling today? I definitely think it was politically motivated. To be honest, I don't know what the Georgia judge ruled today. I hope that the Georgia judge ruled to throw out the case against Thugga because I'm totally against that case. The other one is hard for me. Like, I know this is gonna make people mad. Yesterday, like, I didn't even say anything about it yesterday, and somebody was like, "I'm unsubbing you, libtard," which is, like, not a nice word, and I never talk about politics in here really that much at all. One time I did a stream with my dad. We were watching one of the Fannie hearings, and he discussed politics a lot, or I would say, like, you could tell who he sided with, and it was definitely Fannie that he was siding with, you know? I feel like, I'm not as, like, obvious about it, but it is hard for me to, like I kinda stopped covering it because I realized it was gonna be hard for me to remain as neutral as might be required to give you, like, fair coverage, or also, I think there are a lot like, I would say neutral, but also there are a lot of people in my chat normally who are on the opposite end of the political spectrum, and so, that would be a difficult one, but I actually don't know what the ruling was. If they all show and do not walk out next Tuesday. Yeah, I guess so. McKinley, because our What the Hell fam going to Protective Mo, we all love our What the Oh, yeah, no, I see it for sure. We've seen What the Hell True Colors. Yes, Ruth. Yes, 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 I know. Jeremy is very forgiving. Since 2019, he's put up Oh, yeah, I wasn't saying he wasn't very forgiving. I was I was mostly like, that was my own issue. I was just talking out loud, but that was, like, my own thing about, like, "Oh, well, maybe I'm just really forgiving," because I don't believe in prison or, like, jail too much, except for, like, extreme situations. Um, so I was just, like, trying to justify my stand on that. It had nothing to do with Jeremy at all. He's put up with the bunk in Florida. All he wanted was for people to do the right thing ethically. He cares about the good in Otter County. Enough is enough. Yeah, I mean, town suit is over because JH got the public records he wanted and realized Judge Grudge would preside. Town also did the right thing with water under Madam Mayor, so he took the high road. Okay, good night. Uh, you didn't think there could be corruption in the legal field until you saw the Treehouse case? Oh, flash fan. I mean, of course there's corruption in the legal field. I mean, and it's been going on forever. Everyone needs to go back and watch his videos. Most any lawsuits he's been involved in most of the time get settled out of court. All Otter Creek did was replace the money they stole from him. I'm not sure what that means, but oh, you mean they like paid him for the fees that they were overcharging him? It's a common misnomer. I'm not sure what that is in relation. There's a Georgian chat she was talking about. Oh, wow, I'm way behind again. Yes. Oh, the petition was pinned at the top of my chat, but I don't have that chat open anymore, so I have no idea if it's still pinned there, but the thing that's pinned in the top of the chat was the Veteran Nation petition to have the governor get rid of the judge, I guess that's what chat told me. I just copied it from the latest video. I copied the link he had there, and I posted it to the top of my chat, so if you're interested in going and checking it out and signing it, the link should be there, but I don't know because I don't have that open. Hi, Aaron Olivia. Tim Woods Art says, "Sorry, I misunderstood you." She have to put the link in the chat. Yes, but I don't know the link. Like I can't get the link. The link came through all wonky. That was a rhyme we had when we were kids. Oh, it's a poem used in the A team. Oh, okay. Corrupt link, don't open it. I couldn't open it from StreamYard. Jeremy also took another landlord scammer in another state to court for breach of contract and generally doing everything she can to mess with them. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 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 in Ohio, the building that they got locked out of or whatever. Oh, yeah, there was that. I didn't know he took her to court, but I did see, like, a second of something about getting locked out there and having to move or something. The check flow valve, that's pretty cool. In the petition to have the judge removed, JH lawyers stated they did not ever want to have this judge in front of them again. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what they state in the petition. Like, I mean, they could state that they don't want him on the bench anymore, but it doesn't mean that's going to do anything. Like, most of the time, it doesn't. When you're talking about having a judge removed or like indefinitely removed, that's like very difficult to do. Yeah, do all the things. Subscribe. The link was encoded so YouTube would let the text go through. It's a poem. Oh, okay. I don't even know what an encoded link is, but cool. It's a poem used by Mad Dog in the A-Team series. Nurse TT used the worms text, which reminded me of the entirety. Oh, okay. Worms? Did you say worms? Worms make me crazy. I don't remember how that goes. Worms? Did you say worms? Oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts. Probably. Fat grandma, if you have liabilities, you can probably get disability. You should really actually check that out. Yeah, everyone else does have to sub. Thank you, Zach. Oh, look at him being nice over there. See, he kind of likes me. Nurse TT, I can't see any link from you. It's okay. I will try to Google it. I am so sorry. I could not get the link either. Zach, Erin says stop, or she's probably going to have to get a protective order for cyber stalking. Okay. I even signed the petition and I am a Canadian, as the negative result could affect anyone's comments on all platforms. Oh yeah, for sure. That I agree with. Like the idea that, well, it might not affect like everyone's comments on all platforms, but what it could affect is if you're subbed to a channel and that person's involved in some kind of, drama, or even if you go start the drama, I guess, like, and they're going to tie that back to the content creator, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Big, big problem. But I guess, yeah, maybe it could eventually be used to affect anyone's comments on all platforms. If you were seen to like direct, if they decided you were like making people go do something, for sure. Zach, damn you, you beat me. To what? Okay. Stacy, sign the petition to remove the judge. It's going straight to governor's office. Oh, okay. McDonald's coffee cup lady. Sorry, I thought everyone knew coffee was hot. Have you seen that documentary though? Seriously. Like, I don't know where this came from in the chat. Oh, you're talking about her just being like litigious or whatever, or maybe just like, a frivolous suit. It was not frivolous at all. If you watch the documentary, it was on Netflix for a while and I forgot the name of it, but it was incredible because I was led to believe that that was like a frivolous lawsuit as well. And everybody used to make fun of it, but because at the time, we didn't have internet, I don't think. And all we knew was like some lady sued because the coffee was hot. Duh, the coffee's hot. And then they had to start putting the warnings on the cups or like get better cups or whatever the deal was at McDonald's, right? She was severely, severely burned. It was like way too hot. You got to see that. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was also crazy how the media twisted it because none of us knew that. For JH, it is now about the money. What's about the money, Thomas? About the money from what? YouTube? From lawsuits? Because he's not going to get any from suing her. But yeah, Justin of the Cajun Joe, like I really want you to go watch that. You gotta. I gotta find the name of it for you. Oh, Brian. Well, so happy to have you here. Yeah, there we go, Salty Dog. Vexatious litigant. There we go. Yeah. Cease and desist are basically a toilet paper warning. Exactly. If they are sent to you, you can use them as toilet paper. What's right is right. 184 signatures on the petition to remove the biases. The Fed suit will not go to grudge judge. Oh, yeah, no, I know the federal suit's not going to go to him because he's not a federal judge. But what I guess what I was saying is like because I think somebody said that there like could be other suits against the county or like people in the county, and if they're within the county, I'm wondering if they would have to go before him because that would be a problem for him. Nurse TT. It did not show up in the chat on my end. Yeah, I know. Okay, so it didn't actually go through, right? I don't have that chat open, but I was assuming it probably didn't, but I put it up on the screen so you could see he was trying. Ellie says hi to Erin Olivia. just another Cajun Joe. Yes, it was in Worcester, Ohio, and it was his ex-landlord who did illegal things, breaking contracts, etc. I always look at it as the criminal defense attorney's main job to make sure they get their what? I always look at it as the criminal defense attorney's main job to make sure they get their I don't know. Let me ask a simple question. How many people in this live can afford to have somebody steal month after month? No, I mean, you cannot. But can you afford to hire an attorney to go and sue for that money? No. Most people cannot because it's going to end up costing you way more money to sue to go after that than I mean, like if we're talking about a few dollars a month, right? Or like however many it is, you have to hire an attorney, right? Most of the time, you're going to have to hire them. They're not going to do it for free, and that costs money. And just filing the suit, all of it, there are filing fees, and most people can't do that. Like, I couldn't do that. I'd have to represent myself. And, well, we see how that goes, right? You did hit enter too soon, but then oh, so what was the, okay, finish it for us. Finish it. Oh, I think you know what I'm starting to think, actually? I am like, I have a ton of friends that are libertarian, so, like, I kind of agree with you, and I am starting to wonder if I am a closeted libertarian, and I don't ever wanna admit that, to be honest, and I just said it in front of 252 people. Don't don't tell anybody, okay? I'm a forgiving person. I wasn't always. I used to have anger issues. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have anger issues, I'm Cajun after all, but, like, after it's all said and done, I'm very quick to forgive people. Nurse TT, yes. I found the entirety on a site and shared the link. Oh, I'm sorry. Vexatious. Yes, yes, Jen. But it took 3 times to share. Except it didn't actually share, Jeffrey. It just I shared it on the screen, but it didn't share in chat because it doesn't let you share links. For sure, judges whether in the courts or by public opinion. I don't know what that one was about. March 19th. Next Tuesday. 3rd Tuesday. So next week, 19th, 19th, 19th. Wow, I'm so far behind. Sorry for what happened to you. Stay strong and God bless. Oh, yeah, I'm good now. Town hall meetings were moved to the 3rd Tuesday of each month, next Tuesday. Uh, that's why what the hell's taking it all the way. By the way, town meeting next Tuesday. Not me. I spend all my money on one pure children. Like, I bet you're saying you Swiss Education and Formation International. Okay. I'm assuming you mean you spend all your money on kids or children, right? Same. Same. One child. I think he sent that cease and desist for a couple reasons to give them an opportunity to stop their actions. Sure. And I mean, they're neighbors. So, like, and to put it in writing, to have toilet. Oh, I thought you said to have a toilet paper trail. I just like read toilet paper into there. Okay. To have paper trail to show he attempted to resolve before taking it to court. Sure, sure, sure. Madam Mayor will do a live. Oh, about the town meeting? Defense attorney's job to make sure client gets a fair trial. They don't have to agree with the actions of the client. They don't have to care if they did it long as all procedures are right. Sure, like an average defense attorney. But like if you're going to be a good defense attorney, uh, there's no way I could do my job if I did not care. And that's the problem. Is it's like the burnout rate is high. It wears on you to care that much about other people's future, And then, like, most of the time you lose a lot. you lose a lot of battles. So, yeah, it's very hard. But no, I think that good defense attorneys absolutely have to care. And in order to have a good trial, like for me at least, I have to get, otherwise it's a disaster. Cause like I feel like I'm lying in the trial. So it's like I feel awkward. You can tell I'm awkward. It's not a good look. I have to like get my brain into a place where I believe what I'm saying. I cannot say things I don't believe or it does not work. So that's an interesting warp sometimes to have to go through, but you have to do it. Uh Boyfriend attorney had to step down so Fanny can stay on as prosecutor. I mean, seems like boyfriend attorney, that makes sense that that he would have to step down after all the things that have been coming out, right? And Fanny staying on as prosecutor, I'm fine with that. As long as Fanny is going to stay on as prosecutor for, I mean, wait, is she going to be like the main prosecutor now? Like there's not going to be a special prosecutor? It's just going to be her? I don't know. But I don't like the RICO cases at all. Like, I don't like the one against the, I forgot what it's called, but the people that were protesting the police training facility or whatever. I don't like the one against a young thug. That's where my main beef is here. And yeah, and I don't like in general the idea of RICO from Fanny. So I also don't like the one against Trump. Uh, Nurse TT. Okay, that's crazy, Ellie. You should. I mean, that's crazy and also scary. So, Ohio judges' orders are not being withheld in Florida. No, I mean, Memsy, so it seems like what they're saying, I mean, yeah, they're not being followed in Florida, at least not by Judge DeBiasis. What do I think of the James Crumley verdict? What was it? Oh god, no, I'm gonna have to go to the bottom of the chat. What was it? What was it, chat? What was it? Yeah, that young thug judge is crazy. He's crazy. He's put people in jail, like defense attorneys in jail. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It was like the bailiffs or something that put a defense attorney in jail, but there's so much corruption going on in that. It seems like there's a lot of corruption going on around there. And that judge has like threatened everyone with contempt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's the problem. Like, yeah, as Trinity says, thank you for being unbiased about the RICO charges, no matter who it is. Yeah, because that's the thing. If you're going to allow it against one, then you're going to allow it against all. And so you just can't stand for that, you know? So yeah, obviously. Um, regardless of who it is, Fanny has no business bringing RICO charges, just saying. Either Fanny or Wade has to go, her choice. It's kind of weird. Like, how would she go? I mean, so she goes and he stays on, and then what? It goes to uh like the attorney general, because that's what would happen here. And then the attorney general's not going to keep Wade anyway. So that's a silly choice. A new special prosecutor. Oh, hey, Zero. Hi, Luna. It's a good thing you like to live in your own little world. They're on like year 2 or something of this young thug case, maybe longer. I don't know. Yeah, there's corruption everywhere. Oh, he was found. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I assumed he was gonna be found guilty on all charges, just like his wife. I assumed that. Yeah, no. I have mixed emotions about that case because I because I have a child who is, like, going to enter school age very soon, and so the idea of, uh, just and it's not just in schools either, it's, like, in public. Any place these days seems super scary. It does. Like, I do have, like, serious anxiety about crowded places because of that exact reason, but the idea that my defenseless little like, it makes me so angry. My defenseless little child, that could happen to them, like, as a putting myself in the shoes of the victim's parents, I would be so mad at James and Jennifer, like, so mad at them that like, I would think they weren't paying enough attention, they didn't do this, they didn't like, there's no reason that kid should have had access to a firearm, but legally, I d I don't believe that they should have been found guilty, but I would be super angry with them as parents if that ha if I were in their position. I would be so mad at them. So mad at them that I could easily be in prison, which is crazy. The only thing that you should have to deal with longer than 12 years is your kids or your spouse, maybe. I don't know. I've never had one. Independent here. I call myself the purple party because I see value from both parties. Just don't follow either in its totality. Mm, parties are silly. Don't. It's going to piss you off as a parent, McKinley. They made both parents guilty on all charges. Well, see, Ellie, I don't know. I mean, it's not necessarily as a parent that it makes me mad. It's more of like a citizen, it makes me mad, right? Because as a parent, I'm like, my child's never gonna have access to a gun. Not a gun that I put into the house, ever. So, that's where we are with that. So that part of it doesn't it's not as a parent that it makes me mad. It's just like but I can see where other parents would be mad. Like I can see both sides of the argument. So I'm kind of I can see both sides of the argument, but legally I do not think they should have been found guilty. That's why we love you. You're criminally undersubscribed too. Oh, thank you, Trinity. Yeah, there's so much corruption. It's true. Uh, oh my God, it's almost 6 o'clock. What are we still doing here, guys? I have to go and get on that inflatable slide before the sun goes down. Time to feed my family. Oh my God, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay, I'm gonna have to go. Oh, DUI guy. Oh, hi. DUI guy sent you. Yeah, buckle up because it's the law. Hi, Timmy. Love that DUI guy. As a parent, Michigan, both guilty charges scare the hell out of me. Yeah, I can see that. I feel sad for all of the parents, but nothing will make the hurt go away of losing their child. Yeah. I feel sad for all of the parents too, because James and Jennifer also lost a child, like that. I mean, and all of it. It's just all horrific. But yeah, as a parent, it is actually scary to think like something that your child does because it doesn't stop. It probably won't stop with this, right? Right now we're talking about guns, but that can be extended to like anything. Even though I'm glad that Jennifer and James are found guilty, they both had jokes for attorneys. Oh, really? I don't know. The little bit that I saw from James's attorney, she seemed pretty good. Today, my child's school mass, there at my child's school mass, there was a commotion. Yeah, exactly. And that is so irritating that we have to worry about that as parents or just humans. Like we should not be in a situation where we think that there is an active shooter. Wait, and then the school nurse came running. That would also scare me. But the idea that there's an active shooter in public when we go out into public, like, and I'm so annoyed with that. I am so annoyed. So annoyed. So we can't discipline our kids and we can't wait. and we are responsible for everything our kids do out of our sight. Well, in Texas, you are allowed to discipline your kids still. And yeah, you shouldn't be responsible for everything that your kids do out of their sight, for sure. Uh, but you know what? That's why these kind of cases go to a jury so that the jury can decide, right? It kind of takes it out of everybody else's hands. I mean, I don't think they should have been charged in the first place, but that is the reason that it went to a trial. Round up gangbanger parents to put them in prison. Yeah, no, I mean, it is a bad precedent. Hey, chat, think of it this way. If we all fully agreed on everything, what fun would life be? And how would we ever question our own beliefs if we are not challenged, long as we all respect? Yeah, true. Almost 7 here. Okay, we got to go. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Ah, that's super scary. Okay, bye. I'm loving the chat, but I gotta go play with my child. Okay, bye, you guys. I will see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. It's okay. It's okay, Zach. But you, yeah, that's hilarious. All right, bye.